Hey everyone, Ryan here at Etrailer. Today on our 2016 Jeep Wrangler, we're going to be checking out the Etrailer.com SD tow bar. So a tow bar is going to be one of the 5 major components that you're going to need to flat tow your Jeep down the road behind your motorhome. The other 4 will be your base plate, your safety cables, your tow bar wiring, and your supplemental braking system. And when it comes to choosing a tow bar, it's a really important decision, right? Because it's responsible for a lot of the work. This is what's going to connect your motorhome to the front of your vehicle, and it's what you're going to be handling the most, you know, hooking it up, disconnecting it, and things like that. And so what I always like to recommend is you want something that is not only going to be easy to use and figure out, but also something that's going to pull your vehicle down the road safely, and something that is going to hold it in position and keep it true behind your motorhome. As far as the ease of use, really straightforward here. When you want to disconnect the tow bar, you have a little pin and clip. You know, you pull those out, lets you get it removed, and just do the opposite whenever you want to go to hook it up. And with this particular end, it's going to be compatible with Etrailer.com base plates, as well as the Demco style base plates. And one of the really nice things with these Etrailer tow bars, there's a bunch of different varieties of them, and really the only difference is going to be the style of end that comes included. So let's say, for example, if you happen to have a Roadmaster base plate, you can get the Etrailer tow bar that comes with that type of end and allow you to pair those together. As far as how it's going to pull your vehicle down the road, should do a really good job for a few different reasons. One of them being it's on the longer side of tow bars, and generally speaking, the more space you have between the front of your vehicle and the back of your motorhome, the better. You know, it helps you be able to swing around those tight turns and maneuver around gas pumps, things of that nature. And as far as that responsiveness goes, these arms are individual arms and they can pivot independently. And so it's really fast to follow those turns and things like that. And this is also going to have a 6,000 pound maximum weight capacity, which is more than enough for the Wrangler. So it should absorb that road shock and potholes pretty well. If you want something that's overkill, Etrailer makes a heavy duty version, the XHD of this. And pretty much the same deal, just a lot beefier. So if that's something that interests you, or maybe you want to have a tow bar that you can grow into if you ever end up towing a heavier truck or something, that's always something worth checking out. And you know, part of that ease of use, kind of going back to that, let's say whenever you get to where you're going and you go to unhook, sometimes the ends can be in a bind and make it hard to get these pins and clips out. And whether you go with this tow bar or a completely different one for that matter, something that I always recommend is make sure it's a non-binding type tow bar, which this is. So if that were to happen and the ends are real hard to get apart, all you're gonna have to do, these levers here, push those in, that'll release the tension and allow you to get unhooked. And a quick pointer too, with this particular tow bar, you want to make sure that these are oriented on the inside of it, right? You don't want this arm to be over here, vice versa. And that's just the design of the tow bar and how it's supposed to be used. So just get in the habit of that. One thing that I always remember is this little rod here. Just have that set up on the driver's side. Most setups are like this to begin with anyway. And so if you get in the habit of that, you know, you really don't even have to think twice about it. And what this rod is, it's just a cable management system. So our electrical cable here will go over it, kind of keeps it up off the ground, out of harm's way. So that brings me to my next point. If you're picking out diode or tow bar wiring, and you know for a fact you're going with this tow bar, make sure to use a coiled type cable like this one. That way you can properly utilize this cable management system. You get a couple extra things with the tow bar, one of them being safety cables. So it's just nice, you're not gonna have to pick these up separately. You know they're the right type and capacity, things like that. So it just kind of simplifies the whole process a little bit more. And built into this is going to be what's called a high-low adapter. And it can give you an 1.5 inch either rise or drop. It comes in the drop position, which is what most scenarios are going to require. A lot of these motorhomes sit up higher than your towed vehicle. In our case, with this being a Jeep, the Jeep's actually up higher than the coach. So I put ours into the rise position, and what that's going to do is keep the tow bar level, right? Because you don't want more than a 3-inch difference. So you measure from your hitch pin hole on your motorhome, hitch pin hole on your base plate's attachment point, you want it to be within 3 inches. The way this, this exceeded that measurement by a little bit. And so by having this in the rise position, it helped level everything out and eliminated the need to pick up an extra high-low adapter and an extra pin and clip and things like that. So it's pretty rare that you'll have to use an extra high-low adapter with this configuration. So again, just kind of simplifies that whole process. You may have noticed this piece too, this little collar. So this doesn't come included with the tow bar, but I definitely recommend grabbing one. It's just a nice extra to have. But what it's gonna do, especially for those of you that take the tow bar in and out a lot, when you put it in and put your pin and clip through, you push this up and lock it down. That way the next time you go to put it in place, you put it in, it'll be lined up perfectly, and you won't have to kind of search for that pinhole to get the pin and clip through. So when it comes down to it, a great middle of the road tow bar. You get a lot of bang for your buck having all these extras, and with the different varieties of types of ends that you can get with these, there's bound to be one that will work with your particular base plate. So just about any scenario you find yourself in, this will do the trick for the Wrangler. But with that said, I think that'll about do it for our look at of the Etrailer.com SD tow bar on our 2016 Jeep Wrangler.